down in front of her face. There, Bubba. I ain't gonna hurt you. I got you. Right there, guys. Nice fish. Got that Storm Wildlife swim bait in the corner of his mouth right there. All right, buddy. Let's get you back in the water. There he goes.
Hello and welcome to the Angler's Experience. Today we're back on the water hunting for my favorite fish, big northern pike. Since I was 10 years old, I've wanted to fish for big pike, and thanks to Seth, I've had the opportunity to experience world-class pike fishing. We've gone away from our traditional fall pattern of bucktail spinners and spinner baits, and we've switched up to plastic swim baits due to the cooling water conditions. Not less than 2 months ago, I caught my largest northern at 21 pounds and 42 inches, and hopefully today will be just as successful. So sit back, relax, and learn how to catch big northern pike using plastic swim baits.
So like this ball out there, Max? Yeah. That is an absolute beast. 35 pounds or so. It's a big, big fish. What a beauty. We're gonna put this fish back. Yeah! That is awesome.
The Angler's Experience is proudly sponsored by Crestliner, leader by innovation. Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Setter Rods, the American way. Sidewinder planer boards, fight the fish, not the board. Vibey Lure Company, blade baits for serious anglers. Tobler Marina, your one-stop boat shop. Easy Loader, all boat trailers are not created equal. Oxart, your single source supplier. Lincoln Electric, the welding experts. And Honda Marine, it's all about power.
Fish. Yeah, good fish, guys, good fish. On that swim bait. Come here, you little snake. You gonna jump? Yeah, there you go. All right, Bubba. Swimming it right across this cabbage right here. You know, folks, earlier in the year, not more, probably a month and a half or so ago, we'd have been burning spinner baits and bucktails across this, but now that the water's cooled down into the lower 50s, we've gone with this slower presentation of swim baits. Gonna jump again. This slower presentation of swim baits here, and that's what these guys are liking. They want it a little bit slower. And that's something to keep in mind when you're fishing for the northerns. When the water's, 60 to even 55 degrees, he's ready to go, guys. I'm gonna send you back over the side before I hurt him. Nice fish. 8, 9, 10 pounds or so. There you go, Bubba. See you later. But when you're fishing for the northerns, what you want to do, early fall, they're really, really aggressive. When the water starts dropping down 65 degrees, 60 degrees, you want to burn those spinner baits and bucktails. And as it slowly gets cooler, what we'll do when we start hitting 55, 50 degrees, we'll switch over to these swim baits. And we're fishing the same structure, this cabbage grass, but we're just moving it a lot slower, and that's how we're getting our strikes. As it drops down into the 50s and 45s, somewhere in that neighborhood, you would want to switch over to a big wobbling spoon and just really slow and subtle. But just make sure you look at your water temperature, and that's going to dictate to you what you should be using. Oh. There's one, got him. That's a big one. There's a big one, guys, on that swim bait. Oh, man. Look at that one, guys. There's a nice one on the old swim bait. He is not happy about things either. Oh, yeah. There's a way to get you a shower in the morning if you didn't bathe. Nice fish. Got that storm living perch right in the side of his mouth. Let's see if I can just pick him up here, guys. There we go, folks. Look at how thick that fish is. That is a squatty body. Look at that. Big and thick across the back. Look at that corner right there. It just fell out. Right there, folks. 4-inch storm living perch, it's called. Swim bait. Got that nice northern right there. Swim baits are working today, guys. Let's put that fish back. I want to take a second here and talk to you about the importance of having a sharp hook. And some people sharpen their hooks and some people don't. And a lot of times, folks, when you're using small light wire hooks, if you buy a good brand like a Gamakatsu hook, it's going to be pretty sharp. But the old rule is no hook is too sharp. So when you get to these big swim baits and you start getting to a bigger hook like this guy right here, what tends to happen is the bigger the hook, the less sharp it's going to be right out of the package. And what I want to do is show you the technique that I use to sharpen my hooks. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to use this big treble hook so you can get a feel for what I'm doing. I'm using a big file here. This stuff is oversized just so you can see it when you're sitting at home. But I want to show you the technique that I use, and it's basically a 3-pass technique. What I like to do is I like to come in first on the side. And when you sharpen a hook, you always want to hold the hook away from you, and you want to push forward. What I see a lot of times is people make a pass this way. And what that does is it rolls that edge up and it actually dulls that hook. So always make sure that you're pushing away from you, like this. And just a slightly down swipe. Now, what you're going to do, hold the hook in my hand like this. I come in on one side, and I usually use 3 passes. So I come in here with the same pressure. I make 1, 2, 3. Then I come in on the top. I hold the hook down, using the same pressure and the same motion, pushing away. 1, 2, 3. Then I lay the hook over so I can get at it, using the same pressure in the same direction on this side. 1, 2, 3. Now, what you got to do, if you look at this hook, you'll see some tailings out off the end of it. What you got to make sure and do is before you use this hook, is just come in here and pull those filings off. That's just where you've pushed that metal over and it's just rolled over the edge. Now, how do you know if you've got a sharp hook? Well, let me show you. And at the end of the season, my fingernails look pretty ugly because I use my fingernails to tell me how sharp that hook is. When a hook is sharp, see how it sticks? Right there. It sticks in your nail. Now when it's dull, what it does is it won't stick. It just simply slides. And that's how you tell. Go to the one we sharpened, this guy right here. I come in, see how that sticks? Right there. Not sharp, simply slides. And that's how you tell if your hook's good and sharp. And it's especially important with these pike. With all that bone, you got to be able to drive that hook through that bone and set that bait.
Yep. Oh, he's down in the weeds. I got him just like we were talking about, bringing it across the top of the weeds. And now he's down in the weeds.
There he is. You can see him down there. Just pull steady.
There he goes.
Oh yeah, he's got a big old mess of cabbage on him there.
Yeah.
Got the meat and the salad there, Nick.
I got them both.
Alright. Nick is using a power bogey. Whoops. You're on your pole, buddy.
Whoops. Right out of my hand. Nice mess he made there.
Look at that cameraman got the boat all dirty. Mickey's using a little bit of a different bait there. He's using a Berkeley Power Pogey 4-inch in the perch pattern. Still a swim bait, just a little different design, but irregardless, they're eating it up.
Yep.
Nice little fish, Mick.
Ran right across the top of those weeds. Hitting it right away almost. Not a bad little guy.
No, good fish.
All right, buddy. There he goes. All right, that's fun.
Where's one got him? These guys. He's not a beast, but dang, he was fighting like crazy. There he is. Not a bad one, guys. Got that living perch right down there in his mouth. Man, he come blasting out of those cabbage bed right there like a wildfire. Come here, partner. All right. Let me just grab you. He's doing the typical pike close his mouth thing. Right there, folks, right in the top of his snout. Right through his nostril right there. Has a lot of nerves in this area, and that's why he was fighting so hard. They got a lot of sensories up on top of their nose there. All right, he's got a hold of my finger. He's not a bad little pike, guys. I'll take him. Pike are exciting. I tell you what, they get a bad rap, and a lot of people hate them. We hear guys out here talking about you need to kill them all because they're killing the kokanee. You ain't gonna see this cat kill one. I love these things. All right, Bubba. See you later. Thank you. There you go, Mickey. He's a big one.
Let's take a look at him.
There he is. Big one, guys.
All right, man. Need me to help you net it?
No, I can't. I don't think you in there. No, let's just. Got him. Here we go, guys. Nice little pike. 7-8 pounder. Look like a ton of bricks. Alright, let's slide him back in here. Beauty. Alright, Bubba, I'm just gonna dump you over. Goes. I'll take a second here and talk to you a little bit about the gear we're using. It's nothing fancy. What we've got for a reel is a 5500 C3 Abu Garcia. We've got it lined up with 20-pound spider wire stealth. It's a braided line, very, very strong, very small diameter. For the rod, we've got a 7-foot heavy action flipping stick. And then what we've done here, I don't like to run steel leaders. What I generally like to do is I like to run some form of monofilament. On the swim baits, we'll run 30 to 40-pound test for a leader. On your other baits, spinner baits and such, we'll go down to maybe even 20-pound test. But what we do is we attach a barrel swivel here. We've got about 1.5 feet of 30-pound test Yozuri hybrid fluorocarbon. And then attached to that, we've got one of our swim baits. And this is a Storm live perch, they call it. And what I like to do with this bait, you can see you've got a hook out the back, and then you've got a dropper treble hook here. And the way that we're working this bait is we're pulling it across this old cabbage that's out here, this old cabbage bed. And pulling across the cabbage like we're doing, this bottom hook is going to catch all the weeds. So what I like to do is come in here, and I'll just take this bottom hook off, just like so. And now I'm left with a very streamlined bait. As I pull that bait across the top of the weeds aren't going to snag on it. If I get them hooked up on the hook or on the line here with this no stretch braid, I can just give it a jerk it out of the weeds come off, and a lot of times that's when you'll get your strikes. That's one setup. What we're doing for our other setup, it's the same rod and reel here, but it's a little different bait. That bait's a 4-inch. This is a same thing. It's made by Storm. It's a swim bait, but it's a 6-inch paddle tail. This bait's a little bit heavier. It's about 5/8 of an ounce, where the other bait's 3/8 of an ounce. We've got it rigged up the same with a chunk of leader. But what we're doing with this, as we go across these cabbage flats, if I see a big hole in there, I'll actually take like a jig and pig and flip this up into the hole and let it spiral down in. A lot of times we'll get those fish down inside that heavy cover. The other thing that we're doing, a lot of times they'll follow this bait across the cabbage, but they won't strike it. So what we'll do is we'll take this bait, come in behind, and as they go down towards the bottom, we'll flip this bait in and actually sight fish them. We'll drop it right down in front of them, jig it a few times, and a lot of times we'll get those strikes. So if you're doing sight fishing, you're seeing a lot of fish, this guy works great. If you're going across the weeds, burning across the surface, that guy there is the one you want to use. Oh, big fish, guys. Feels like a good one. Storm swim bait again. I haven't seen him yet. I don't know if he's a giant or not, I can't tell. He's staying down pretty good. Oh man, guys. Look at that down there, folks. Nice fish. That one, guys. Oh yeah. He is not happy with life right now, guys. Okay. Look at that. Swim bait right in the corner of his mouth. There he is, guys. Nice fish. Look at that. Right in the corner of the mouth, guys. Storm swim bait is whooping some butt. Look at that fish across the back. Nice and thick, healthy. Alright, Bubba. Get that on your face. Look at the sensors, guys, on their head here. Look at that. All those pores underneath the chin. I mean, you talk about a top-of-the-line predator. There's no spines on this fish. He's slender. When he goes to accelerate, he'll lay all these back, and he will haul butt. Beauty. Look at that eyeball. Look at your camera there. All right, Bubba. Thank you very much. See you later. Pike are notorious followers, and one of the things that happens when people go out pike fishing is they get in a mindset of this is a top-of-the-line predator, and all I need to do is throw that bait out and bring it back to me. Well, what you need to do to up your success is you need to scent your baits. And the scent that I use, it's made by Dr. Juice. It's called Super Juice, and it's actually a tournament bass formula. And I use this for the pike. We use it for tiger muskie. We use it for smallmouth, largemouth bass. It works great. But what happens, we just think that pike will eat anything that moves, and a lot of times that's true. But with an artificial bait like this perch right here, with pike being followers the way they are, if he comes up behind and he's got all those sensors on his chin and his nose and extremely good sense of smell, and this bait's not putting anything off, a lot of times they'll fall right to the boat and turn away. What you got to get in the habit of doing is taking a scent like this Dr. Juice, and about every 10th cast, coat that bait down real good. And what that does, when he gets up behind it and this tail's kicking and that scent's pouring off that thing, it's just going to trigger that quality in his brain. It's going to tell him to eat it.
Oh, there's a big one right there. Oh, hang on. See if he'll take it. See if he'll take it. I'll cast in front of him. Oh yeah, he's looking at it. He's going for it. Oh yeah, oh, got it. Oh yeah. He's just sitting down there. Oh God, dude. He doesn't even care right now. I can't move him at all.
Tension on, you're fine. Nice fish, man. Beauty. Keep tension on it. That swim bait right in the corner of his mouth.
Yep. I came look at it twice and finally took it. Come on. You gonna net this guy? Or what? see if I can do this here.
Come on, Nick.
I don't think he's ready. No.
That's pretty funny right there. Come on, Nick. Do it up, buddy. I got the pole, 2 hands on the net. All right, buddy, you got him. Nice snake, Mick.
Yeah, right there.
Look at that, folks, right in the corner of the mouth.
Knocked my hat off. Come on.
Mickey's turning into a pike fanatic.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. These fish are so much fun to catch.
Yep, there you go, Mick. Pin him down. Get all your hands up in there. Get your whole hand up in there, Mickey. Get your whole hand up in his gill plate. Nice fish, man.
Nice fish on that swim bait. Boy, he came at it, swam away, and he came right back at it again.
They're aggressive, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Drifted away from him, didn't think he was going to come back, but he did it.
Nice one, buddy. About 15 pounds.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, Mick, let's get him back in the water.
All right.
Nice fish, bud. Good job.
Yeah. There you go, fella. All right, there he goes. Ready for another day. All right. I love it. My new favorite fish, pike.
Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the show today on sight fishing pike. I know Mickey, he's just in love with these things. He's been begging me to take him pike fishing for a long time. We finally got out this fall and we made it happen for him. You just love these critters, don't you, Mick?
Oh, they're awesome. I love these big pike, being able to sight fish them, see them laying on the bottom, cast to them. They come at it, grab it, let go, hit it again. It's the most exciting fishing you can do on the water.
Folks, these pike get a bad rap for being a voracious predator, but I tell you what, if you go out and you catch some of these fish, you can fall in love with them in a hurry. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you next week.
For a list of today's gear and techniques, log on to axfishing.com and select AX Journals.